Hello, my name is Sarah Wansley, and I'm the director of Lucy Kirkwood's The Children at Northern Stage, and I'm joined here by the cast, Martha, Gordon, and Daphne. The Children tells the story of two retired nuclear engineers in a small seaside cottage on the coast of England after a fictional meltdown at a nuclear power plant. An old colleague and friend comes to visit the couple in the cottage and has an outrageous proposal. Did I get that right?
Perfect. Yes. A psychological thriller, I would say, would you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we find out there's some history between the three. So Hazel and Robin, these are their characters, are married, and Rose, who comes to visit, has had...
We all used to work together.
They did.
In our 20s. They're married, and I'm not. Can we say that much? But
she's fled to America.
Yes, I spent time in America.
But now she's back.
After there was some intrigue. We learned there was some intrigue in the past.
Yes. You know, some people might think 38 years, that's so long, which I used to think, until you get to a certain age when you're like, that just happened to me. But it happens when you're, of a certain age. 38 years was not that long ago, sort of, you know what I mean?
It was actually exactly 38 years ago that Martha and I were shooting a film in Canada.
Yeah, so we have not worked together for 38 years.
What would you say the play is about? What are the themes that we're exploring in The Children?
I thought the play is about the responsibility that we feel to each other and the responsibility to the world and how those intersect. And also at different ages, you have different senses of responsibility. And particularly after a crisis, this is a play that takes place right after a crisis.
And what are we leaving? What are we leaving to the children? And who are the children?
And it's interesting, the play was written by Lucy Kirkwood as a millennial, and yet it features this cast of very, very complicated characters who are of the older boomer generation. But the play is not, I wouldn't say, blaming these characters for everything that has happened in the world, but is actually asking, what is the relationship between the boomer generation and the millennial generation and the generation to come? I mean, we talk about who the children are. There are moments in the play that I think my generation is referred to as the children, the adult children. And maybe there's some criticism inherent in that phrase even when we call adults in their 30s and 40s children. And the play is also about my children's generation and what do all of us set up for them, or what are we handing to them?
Well, what's our responsibility to them? And to our grown children, what's our responsibility? Have we done too much for them or not enough? All these questions.
And also, do we have to realize that we are all connected as a global community? Or in our case, in this play, are we in denial if we're not going to see how every living thing is affected by this nuclear meltdown?
And we're talking about some heavy themes, but also in rehearsal, this play is quite funny.
Yes.
We hope. We're laughing.
And it is, because also it's that great writing where just human interaction, human foibles, but how people behave when there's a lot to say and there isn't a way to say it.
Yeah.
And that, I think that also, especially if you're just watching other people struggle through that, it's hilarious. If you're not going through it yourself.
Yes.
I thought it was hilarious. I responded to the comedy aspects first, like the dialogue and the banter and the little quips, that English sort of like, oh, is that an insult or a compliment? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of that.
There's definitely a British witticism to the play. Yeah, I've been thinking also about how fun the design of the play is, because the playwright gives us these little hints that the whole cottage is just at a slight angle.
When I first saw Sasha's set on that Zoom, I was like, oh, what a cute cottage. And then I was like, oh. I go, can't it be cuter? Because it's like things used to be cute. Things used to be fresh.
Right.
Things used to be harmless, right?
Yeah, it's not a home, the cottage. It's very temporary.
Right, and
have this-
the whole environment of the play has that sense of liminal spaces, being right on the edge of the coast, inside versus outside, this threat from outside, and here we are cooped up in this cottage, maybe where we're safe, but maybe also does the danger come just between the people. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, this play was written before COVID, and these characters are dealing with this, with the COVID. Like we don't have to. Well, we do have to wash things down.
There's a contamination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we go into the zone, or if we've been in the zone, we have to clean things, and it's very much the feeling of that we had during COVID, where there was not a lot for us to do. So in a way, that adds a layer of interest to the play, that it is post-COVID.
Do you remember in COVID when things got a little crazy because you didn't have your usual distraction, your usual routine?
You didn't have your
leave
outlet.
The house.
Yeah.
You weren't stuck with your personal. You didn't have that, and so they're acting out. Are they being children themselves? Are they acting childish? Like, are they? It gets a little cuckoo, with these grown-ups.
And it's interesting to be producing this play about 10 years after it premiered and thinking just about, especially in the US, how much has changed in terms of regulation, in terms of environmental protections in the last 10 years, and what might be coming in the next years. It's very uncertain time.
We don't want them thinking about that.
They
won't come and see it if they have to think about that.
But then they'll also get to see you dance, Gordon. Did you know there's a dance?
No, that's the highlight.
Yeah, and we have a wonderful director who's giving us so
great.
much time to discover.
Sarah knows too much.
But you also
She knows
surprised me.
what I'm going to do, and she tells me to do it.
I'm finding it really fun, actually, the detail in the storytelling in this play. So Martha's character Hazel actually makes a salad on stage, which, I mean, that's a challenge right there for Lucy to ask us to fully make a salad while delivering monologues.
It's just while talking.
Lucy,
The
the
salad's
writer,
not
the
so hard.
playwright,
It's just
we all refer to. What do you think Lucy meant for this? Can somebody call Lucy?
We pretend Lucy's in the room with us, but so she's asked us to make this salad. But I'm finding we're finding meaning in when your character Hazel rips the lettuce and the violence of ripping lettuce, or the violence of chopping a carrot, and how that can add edge to the scene. And it's just such a gift to work on such a beautifully written play. I don't always have the opportunity to do that.
It's kind of a giveaway. I don't always chop violently. Sometimes I'm chopping lovingly, I think, right? I think,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Come watch all the different ways that Martha can chop.
Yes, every night will be different.
This play is an actor's play, and I think working with these three has been truly a life-changing experience for me as a director. So come see this play to see three actors working truly at the top of their craft.